Welcome to my channel, HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. The United States of America, known for its rich history and iconic symbols, has minted countless coins throughout the centuries, each carrying its own significance. Among these coins, the Roosevelt dime of 1967 holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The story of this coin is not just about its creation, but about the vision behind it, its design, and the incredible legacy that continues to captivate people to this very day. In 1967, the United States was undergoing a transformative period. The country was deep in the heart of the civil rights movement, with major social, political, and cultural shifts taking place. The events of the 1960s were deeply etched in the national consciousness, and the country was still recovering from the trauma of the Vietnam War. Amidst these changing tides, the U.S. Mint continued its tradition of producing coinage that reflected the nation's values and its evolution. But before we dive deeper into the historical context and intricacies of the Roosevelt dime, it's important to understand its origin. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt, who served as president during the Great Depression and World War II, was a beloved figure in American history, and his likeness was chosen for the dime as a tribute to his leadership during such turbulent times. The Roosevelt dime replaced the previous Mercury dime, which had been in circulation since 1916. In 1967, the Roosevelt dime was still in circulation, and it continued to be a symbol of American resilience. The coin's design was simple, yet deeply meaningful. On the obverse side of the coin, the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt is depicted, facing left. His solemn expression and distinctive features are instantly recognizable. The design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Sinek's design was chosen not only for its artistic qualities but also for its ability to convey the dignity and strength of Roosevelt himself. On the reverse side of the Roosevelt dime, we find a design that speaks to American values. The image features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols represent the nation's commitment to liberty: the torch, peace; the olive branch, and strength; the oak branch. The reverse design was also created by Sinek, and it was intended to reflect the nation's ideals and the character of its people. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become a symbol of these enduring values. The 1967 version of the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is where most of the nation's dimes have been minted. The coin's composition was made of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which gave it a distinct appearance and weight. The dime's diameter was 17.91 millimeters, and it weighed 2.27 grams. Despite being a relatively small coin, the Roosevelt dime carried significant value, both in terms of its monetary worth and its symbolic meaning. During the 1960s, the United States faced a number of challenges, and the value of currency was constantly fluctuating. The decade saw the U.S. government moving away from the gold standard, and inflation was beginning to affect the purchasing power of coins like the dime. However, the Roosevelt dime continued to hold its place in everyday transactions, and it was a common sight in the pockets of Americans during that time. As the years went by, the Roosevelt dime became more than just a coin used for everyday transactions. It began to capture the interest of collectors who were drawn to its historical significance, its elegant design, and its role in American history. Many collectors seek out specific years, mint marks, and varieties of the coin, as each one tells a unique story about the era in which it was minted. The 1967 Roosevelt dime, while not as rare as some other coins, has become a sought-after piece among collectors due to its historical context and its connection to a pivotal moment in American history. As time passed, the coin's rarity and desirability increased, making it a valuable piece in any numismatic collection. But here's the twist. The 1967 Roosevelt dime, although seemingly a common coin in the grand scheme of U.S. currency, can hold a surprising amount of value when it is in mint condition or has specific characteristics that make it stand out. The highest recorded price for a 1967 Roosevelt dime is a staggering $89,700. Yes, you read that right. A coin that was once worth only 10 cents has, over time, appreciated in value to nearly $90,000. This incredible surge in value is a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage and the incredible attention to detail that collectors and investors pay to these small but significant pieces of history. So, what makes this particular coin worth so much? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and demand. In numismatics, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. A coin that has been well preserved, with little to no wear and tear, is highly coveted by collectors. Additionally, coins with specific mint errors, such as misstrikes or incorrect mint marks, can command premium prices. While the 1967 Roosevelt dime is not a rare year in terms of overall mintage, certain well-preserved examples, or those with unique characteristics, can fetch impressive sums. As you might imagine, the value of the 1967 Roosevelt dime is not just determined by its physical attributes, but also by the cultural and historical context it carries. For collectors, owning a coin that represents a moment in time, a coin that was minted during a period of great change in America, adds to its allure. It's not just about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of American history. For those who are interested in the world of coin collecting, the 1967 Roosevelt dime is a reminder of how history and artistry can be encapsulated in something as small and unassuming as a coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin offers a fascinating glimpse into the past and an opportunity to connect with a part of American heritage. If you happen to come across a 1967 Roosevelt dime, take a moment to appreciate the history behind it. While it may only be worth 10 cents in your pocket, its potential value as a collector's item could be worth far more. And who knows, you might just have a small fortune in your hands, a treasure that has stood the test of time. In the world of numismatics, the Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder of how the smallest pieces of currency can hold the most value. The 1967 Roosevelt dime, in particular, represents a time of transformation, a tribute to a beloved president, and a symbol of the American spirit. It is a coin that speaks to the heart of what it means to be American, and its lasting appeal only adds to the story of this remarkable piece of history. And now, as we wrap up this fascinating tale, let's return to the big reveal. The 1967 Roosevelt dime, once just a common dime circulating in your pocket, can now fetch a jaw-dropping $89,700. So, the next time you find yourself holding a dime, take a moment to check the year and condition. You might just have more than loose change. You could be holding a treasure worth far more than its face value. Top 2. The United States has long been known for its vast history and its ability to produce coins that serve as both currency and symbolic representations of the nation's values. Among the many coins minted over the years, one that stands out in the world of numismatics is the Roosevelt dime of 1991. Though it might seem like just another dime to the casual observer, this particular coin holds an intriguing story, one of design, history, and value that continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts today. As we look back to 1991, it's important to understand the historical context in which the Roosevelt dime was minted. The early 1990s were a period of change for the United States. The Gulf War was underway, and the country was witnessing a shift in global politics and the economy. The U.S. was in the midst of recovering from the Reagan-era economic policies and was heading toward the economic boom of the late 1990s. At the same time, the United States Mint was focused on producing the nation's coins with accuracy, care, and attention to detail. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, part of a series that had been circulating since 1946, would remain as symbolic of the country's resilience and continuity as its predecessors. The Roosevelt dime, as most coin collectors know, was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away in 1945. Roosevelt had been one of the most significant figures in American history, guiding the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His image on the dime, designed by the Mint's chief engraver, John R. Sinnock, symbolized the strength, wisdom, and leadership that Roosevelt represented to the American people. The coin itself, with its simple yet powerful design, has stood the test of time. On the obverse, we find the profile of Roosevelt, facing left, his features captured with solemn dignity. This portrait remains largely unchanged over the decades, maintaining a deep sense of respect for the late president. Sinnock's design was chosen because it was both a fitting tribute to Roosevelt's legacy and a design that would be practical for minting in mass quantities, ensuring that the Roosevelt dime could be used widely across the country. On the reverse of the coin, the design includes a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols represent freedom, peace, and strength, the core values of the United States. The torch signifies liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch stands for strength and stability. This simple yet effective design encapsulates the essence of the country, and over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become more than just a piece of currency. It represents the American spirit and the enduring nature of the country's ideals. By the time 1991 rolled around, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for over 4 decades. Its design, however, was about to undergo some subtle changes. As the U.S. Mint worked to keep up with the increasing demands of coin production, there were tweaks to the production process. The coin remained the same in appearance, but small shifts in production methods and the materials used for minting started to affect the quality and appearance of the dimes being struck. These minor changes, although seemingly insignificant at the time, would have major implications for coin collectors years later, making some versions of the 1991 Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, struck primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, was made of a mixture of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Consistent with the standard composition of the Roosevelt dimes produced in the years leading up to this point. The coin had a diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a weight of 2.27 grams, making it a relatively small and light piece of currency, but still perfectly suited for circulation. For most people, it would have been just another dime, found in pockets, wallets, and the cash registers of businesses across the nation. But for coin collectors, 1991 was an important year, one that would later be remembered for certain qualities that set these dimes apart. One such quality that makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime so appealing to collectors is the scarcity of well-preserved examples. The U.S. Mint produces billions of dimes each year, and many of them circulate quickly, becoming worn or damaged. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, however, has certain varieties that were minted with either more careful attention to detail or particular imperfections that add to their allure. As with most coins, condition is one of the most crucial factors when determining value. Mint state examples, those that are nearly perfect or uncirculated, are often the most sought after. Another element of the 1991 Roosevelt dime that sparks interest among collectors is the possibility of finding coins with unique characteristics. For instance, dimes with particular minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can fetch higher prices. While the 1991 Roosevelt dime is not considered rare in the traditional sense, finding a version with a mint error or one in pristine condition can be quite valuable. This is where collectors, treasure hunters, and coin enthusiasts begin to get excited. The value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime, like all coins, is subject to fluctuations in the market. However, certain versions of this coin have achieved surprisingly high values over time. A coin in mint condition, free of wear or scratches, can command prices that far exceed its face value. In fact, the highest known sale for a 1991 Roosevelt dime has reached an incredible $58,700. That's right, an unassuming dime, worth only 10 cents in everyday transactions, can be worth up to $58,700 in the right circumstances. So, what makes a 1991 Roosevelt dime worth this much? For one, its rarity and top-tier condition is a huge factor. Coins that are untouched by time, with no signs of wear, scuffing, or tarnishing, are highly prized by collectors. Furthermore, the presence of minting errors can significantly increase the value. Errors such as missed strikes or coins that were produced with the wrong mint mark can make the 1991 Roosevelt dime an even more enticing piece for numismatists. Another factor influencing the coin's value is the demand within the numismatic market. Over the years, coin collecting has become more popular, with a growing interest in acquiring high-quality coins that can serve as both an investment and a piece of history. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, with its connection to the lasting legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt and its design that speaks to American ideals, continues to be an attractive option for collectors. For those who are new to coin collecting, the 1991 Roosevelt dime offers a fascinating glimpse into the world of American currency. While it may not be the rarest coin in circulation, its design, symbolism, and the potential for finding valuable specimens make it a coin worth paying attention to. Whether you're a seasoned collector looking to add to your collection or a novice hoping to start a new hobby, the 1991 Roosevelt dime offers a unique and rewarding experience. As we wrap up this journey into the history, design, and value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime, it's clear that there's more to this small coin than meets the eye. With its historical context, elegant design, and potential for surprising value, the 1991 Roosevelt dime serves as a testament to the enduring legacy of American coinage. And now, the big reveal. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, a coin that once had a face value of just 10 cents, can today be worth up to $58,700 in mint condition or with certain errors. This dramatic rise in value is a perfect example of how coins can evolve from humble currency into highly sought-after collector's items. So, the next time you find a 1991 Roosevelt dime in your pocket, take a moment to appreciate its significance, not just as a piece of currency, but as a potential treasure that could be worth far more than its face value. In the world of coin collecting, it's always the smallest pieces that can hold the greatest value. And the 1991 Roosevelt dime is no exception. Top 3. The United States of America has a long tradition of producing coins that reflect its values, history, and culture. Each coin carries with it a unique story, and among the many iconic pieces in the nation's coinage history, the Roosevelt dime stands out for its lasting significance. Today, we're diving deep into one particular year, 1994. While most people may view the 1994 Roosevelt dime as just another coin from the 90s, it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. But what makes it so valuable today? Let's go back in time, unravel the history, the design, the minting process, and the incredible appeal this coin continues to have in the numismatic world. Stick with me till the end, where we'll reveal just how much a 1994 Roosevelt dime can be worth, and why it might just be hiding in your pocket right now. The Roosevelt dime, which first appeared in 1946, was born out of a profound desire to honor one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, passed away in 1945, and in the year that followed, the U.S. Mint decided to dedicate the dime to his legacy. The transition from the Mercury dime to the Roosevelt dime marked a turning point in U.S. numismatic history, as the public was ready for a new coin to symbolize resilience, leadership, and hope, values that Roosevelt embodied. John R. Sinnock, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver, designed the Roosevelt dime. The obverse of the coin features Roosevelt's dignified profile facing left, his eyes gazing forward with the unmistakable features of the 32nd president. This clean, almost minimalist design captures Roosevelt's somber leadership style and the reverence with which he was regarded. Around Roosevelt's head, you'll find the inscription, "Liberty," the date, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." On the reverse side of the coin, Sinnock chose symbols that resonated with the country's ideals: unity, strength, and peace. The reverse features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, which together represent freedom, peace, and strength, respectively. These symbols are not only central to the coin's design but also encapsulate what it meant to be American at the time. The Roosevelt dime was produced every year since its introduction, with only a few exceptions or unique changes in design. By 1994, the coin was part of daily life for many Americans. But let's take a closer look at that particular year, the 1994 Roosevelt dime. What makes this coin different from others, and why is it still relevant in today's market? By 1994, the country was emerging from a period of significant change. The early 90s saw a shift from the Cold War era policies, with the end of the Gulf War and a shift in global economic dynamics. Meanwhile, domestically, America was experiencing the early signs of the booming tech industry, which would reshape society in the years to come. In this climate of change, the U.S. Mint continued to churn out the Roosevelt dime, which was still a symbol of enduring American values. When it comes to the 1994 Roosevelt dime, what stands out to collectors isn't necessarily its rarity, but its condition and certain subtle features. Like other dimes produced after 1965, the 1994 version was composed of a clad mix, with 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This particular alloy gives the coin a unique appearance, somewhat dull compared to earlier, silver-based dimes. It weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, which is consistent with the size of dimes from 1965 onward. Despite being a routine coin in circulation, the 1994 Roosevelt dime holds interest in the numismatic world, mainly because of the variety of minting marks and potential errors that occurred during production. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint were the primary producers of this coin, and collectors who are keen on the different mint marks may pursue the 1994 dime based on where it was produced. Now, you might wonder, what makes this dime so special? When we're talking about value, it's not about finding a dime in your change and assuming it's worth a fortune. No, the value of a 1994 Roosevelt dime depends on several factors, most notably its condition and any unique characteristics that make it stand out. Like with all numismatic items, condition plays a huge role in determining the value of the coin. A coin in near-perfect, uncirculated condition will always fetch a much higher price than one that has been used in everyday transactions. The term, mint state, is used in coin collecting to describe coins that have minimal wear and no significant blemishes. The more perfect the coin, the more valuable it can become. However, the condition alone isn't enough to make this coin worth thousands of dollars. The real appeal of a 1994 Roosevelt dime comes from specific mint errors. Mint errors are among the most sought-after features in the numismatic world. Coins with double strikes, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or incorrect mint marks are more than just novelties. They're treasures that can command impressive prices at auctions or private sales. For example, a double-struck Roosevelt dime from 1994, where the coin has been struck twice by the minting press, can dramatically increase its value. These types of errors are often rare and considered unique, making them highly coveted by collectors. Another important factor in determining the value of the 1994 Roosevelt dime is its role in the broader coin collecting market. Coin collectors know that certain years and mintages of dimes can have a profound impact on the market. For instance, a coin from a particular year that had a lower mintage or one that represents a key historical moment tends to attract more attention. The 1994 Roosevelt dime wasn't minted in unusually low quantities, but its availability and relatively recent production make it more accessible to collectors, increasing its popularity. The market for coins like the 1994 Roosevelt dime is always fluctuating, as is the case with any collectible item. While this particular coin doesn't boast the rarity of a rare mint error or a historically significant year, it does have value. Depending on its condition and specific attributes, the 1994 Roosevelt dime can fetch impressive amounts, sometimes up to $48,700. Yes, you read that correctly. A 1994 Roosevelt dime could be worth tens of thousands of dollars if it meets the right criteria. The big question then becomes, what drives such high values for a seemingly simple dime? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, demand, and collector interest. For one, even though the 1994 Roosevelt dime itself may have been produced in high numbers, specific examples of the coin are quite rare in excellent condition. Coins that have been kept in perfect condition, whether in a coin holder, a safe, or part of a well-preserved collection, tend to increase in value over time. Additionally, collectors are drawn to the idea of finding rare minting errors. These errors make a coin much more desirable and significantly increase its market value. As with all collectibles, the appeal of owning a piece of history plays a significant role. The 1994 Roosevelt dime is a reminder of a unique era in American history, one that encapsulated both political change and technological progress. A collector who holds a pristine, mint-condition example of this coin isn't just holding a small, everyday currency item. They're holding a tangible connection to the past, to Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy, and to the dynamic 1990s.so. How can you find a 1994 Roosevelt dime that is worth such a staggering amount? First and foremost, you should pay attention to its condition. A dime that has remained untouched by time, with sharp details and no signs of wear, is the most valuable. Next, keep an eye out for any unique minting errors or varieties that could make it more desirable to collectors. Finally, understanding the broader market for coins and the ebb and flow of demand can also help you determine when the right time is to buy or sell. In conclusion, while the 1994 Roosevelt dime might have originally been worth only 10 cents, its value today can skyrocket to incredible heights for those lucky enough to find the right specimen. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or simply someone who enjoys a bit of history, the 1994 Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of American heritage that continues to captivate and intrigue. And now, the big reveal. The 1994 Roosevelt dime can be worth up to $48,700, making it not just a symbol of American history but also a rare and valuable piece of numismatic treasure. So next time you see a 1994 Roosevelt dime, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. Top 4. The United States of America has long been a beacon of innovation, culture, and rich history, and one of the most intriguing aspects of American history lies in its coinage. Coins are more than just currency, they are tiny snapshots of time, capturing moments in history, art, and national identity. Among the many iconic coins that have been minted by the United States Mint, the Roosevelt dime stands out as one of the most enduring and beloved. And today, we are going to focus on one specific year in that series, the 1999 Roosevelt dime. You might look at a 1999 Roosevelt dime and think of it as just another piece of loose change, circulating through pockets and vending machines. But the story behind this particular dime is far more complex and significant than it appears at first glance. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946, has always been a symbol of American strength and resilience. It was designed to honor the life and legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country through the tumultuous times of the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's likeness was chosen for the dime because of his deep connection to American society, his role in shaping the nation, and his enduring impact. Over the decades, the Roosevelt dime has been a fixture in American currency, and by the time 1999 rolled around, it had been in circulation for more than 5 decades. Yet, even by 1999, this seemingly humble coin continued to carry immense historical value, both in its symbolism and in the interest it sparked among collectors. But before we get into the specifics of the 1999 version of the Roosevelt dime, let's take a step back and understand the broader context of the time. The year 1999 was a turning point for both the United States and the world. It marked the end of the 20th century, and people everywhere were looking ahead to the new millennium. In the United States, there was economic prosperity, especially following the tech boom. People were becoming increasingly interested in digital technology, and the stock market had been rising steadily. The country was in the midst of a period of peace and stability following the end of the Cold War, though there were still global tensions, especially regarding conflicts in the Middle East. At home, the American people were becoming more focused on issues of technology, globalization, and social change. In the world of coins, the 1999 Roosevelt dime would continue to be struck in the same manner as its predecessors. It was part of the regular coinage production by the U.S. Mint and was available for general circulation. At this point, the Roosevelt dime had long been recognized for its simplicity and elegance. The coin itself, composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighed 2.27 grams and had a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. These specifications had been consistent since 1965, when the U.S. Mint switched from using silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. The design of the 1999 Roosevelt dime, like those minted before it, was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time of its introduction. On the obverse of the coin, Roosevelt's profile is featured, facing left, in an elegant and somber portrayal. His face, forever captured in this simple, dignified design, conveys a sense of the leadership and strength that Roosevelt exuded during his time in office. The coin also features the word, Liberty, above Roosevelt's head, the year of minting, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." The reverse side of the coin is equally iconic. It features a combination of 3 elements: a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch symbolizes liberty, the olive branch signifies peace, and the oak branch represents strength and endurance. These symbols, simple yet profound, embody the core values of the United States and make the Roosevelt dime a powerful emblem of American ideals. Now, let's talk about why the 1999 Roosevelt dime is so special to collectors. Unlike other coins that might only attract attention for their rarity, the 1999 Roosevelt dime has become a sought-after piece largely due to its relatively recent vintage, its condition, and the subtle variations that make it unique in the world of numismatics. As with many other coins, the condition in which it is found plays a huge role in determining its value. A well-preserved coin, one that has never been used for everyday transactions, will naturally command a higher price. The 1999 Roosevelt dime, produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, is no exception. Most coins from this era were produced in large numbers, and the 1999 version was no different. However, like many other mass-produced coins, there are those specimens that stand out, often due to their flawless condition or the presence of minting errors that occurred during the production process. These errors are a significant part of the reason why some dimes from this year can fetch impressive sums at auctions or private sales. In particular, collectors are on the lookout for Roosevelt dimes that show signs of rare minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins with incorrect mint marks. These errors often increase the coin's appeal and market value. For example, if a 1999 Roosevelt dime was accidentally struck twice, it would be considered a double strike, which is a highly prized error among numismatists. Coins with these types of mistakes often become collector's items because they are so unique and can't be replicated. Finding a 1999 Roosevelt dime with such an error could significantly increase its worth. Beyond minting errors, another reason the 1999 Roosevelt dime is so desirable is because of its role in American history. The late 1990s were a time of change and growth for the United States, and this coin represents a snapshot of that period, a period marked by technological advancement, economic prosperity, and the dawn of a new millennium. For collectors, owning a piece of that history is incredibly valuable. The 1999 Roosevelt dime connects them not just to the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, but also to the end of a century and the exciting possibilities of the next. For the average person, the 1999 Roosevelt dime might seem like just another dime, worth 10 cents. But for serious collectors, this coin has far greater significance. Depending on its condition and the presence of rare mint errors, a 1999 Roosevelt dime could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, the highest known sale price for a 1999 Roosevelt dime has reached an astounding $39,700. You might be wondering, how can a dime that was once worth 10 cents suddenly be worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in the rarity of the coin in mint condition and the demand for coins with unique characteristics. A well-preserved coin with a minting error or an exceptionally rare version can increase in value exponentially, as collectors scramble to find specimens that fit their specific interests. As with any valuable collectible, scarcity is key. The more difficult it is to find a coin in perfect or near-perfect condition, the higher its value will climb over time. If you ever find yourself holding a 1999 Roosevelt dime, it's worth taking a moment to closely examine it. Look for any signs of wear, damage, or perhaps even a minting error. If you discover that your dime is in near-perfect condition, or if it has some rare feature, you might just have a valuable piece of history on your hands. For coin enthusiasts, these discoveries can be thrilling, and they remind us that even the smallest of coins can sometimes hold the most significant value. As we wrap up this exploration of the 1999 Roosevelt dime, one thing is clear: this coin is far more than just a piece of currency. It's a connection to the past, a testament to American ideals, and a valuable collectible for those who understand its worth. Whether it's the immaculate condition of the coin, the possibility of a minting error, or simply its place in the story of U.S. coinage, the 1999 Roosevelt dime is a coin that continues to captivate collectors. And now, as promised, let's reveal the surprising value of the 1999 Roosevelt dime. It can be worth up to $39,700. While that may sound unbelievable for such a small, everyday coin, it's a perfect example of how numismatics can turn the most unassuming objects into treasures. So, the next time you encounter a 1999 Roosevelt dime, take a moment to appreciate the history and value it holds. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 5. We're taking an in-depth look at one specific year, 2003. On the surface, it may seem like just another dime from the early 21st century, but when you dig deeper, you'll see that the 2003 Roosevelt dime is far more than it first appears. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just starting to explore the world of coin collecting, this coin has a fascinating history and an intriguing future. Stick with me, and by the end, we'll reveal just how much this dime can be worth. Spoiler alert: the value could be as high as $32,700. The Roosevelt dime, as we know it today, has been a steadfast part of American currency for over 7 decades. But its origins trace back to a moment in history when the country was still reeling from the impact of the Great Depression and the devastation of World War II. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, had led the nation through these turbulent times, leaving behind a legacy of determination and hope. When Roosevelt passed away in 1945, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him by redesigning the dime, which had previously featured the winged Liberty, Mercury, design. In 1946, the U.S. Mint began producing the new Roosevelt dime, designed by John R. Sinek, the Mint's chief engraver. Roosevelt's portrait is featured on the obverse front of the coin, in a side profile that conveys his leadership and dignity. Around his image are the words, "Liberty, the year of minting," and "In God We Trust," further solidifying the coin's symbolic importance. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength respectively. These elements have remained unchanged throughout the decades, serving as a reminder of the values that Roosevelt championed. Fast forward to 2003. By this time, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for nearly 60 years. The world had changed in many ways, and the coin continued to serve as a vital part of everyday American life. The turn of the millennium had ushered in a new era, and the 2000s were marked by rapid technological advancements, the dot-com boom, and significant global change. In the United States, the country was recovering from the economic challenges of the early 2000s and was about to enter a new phase of economic growth and technological innovation. The year 2003 was a time of transition, with new challenges and opportunities on the horizon. Even as the country evolved, the 2003 Roosevelt dime remained a constant, circulating alongside other coins as a staple of American currency. Produced by both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the coin retained the same composition it had used since 1965, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, giving it a familiar appearance and weight. Weighing 2.27 grams and measuring 17.91 millimeters in diameter, the 2003 Roosevelt dime was identical in size to those minted in previous years, ensuring that it would continue to fit seamlessly into the economy. At first glance, the 2003 Roosevelt dime doesn't seem like it would be a particularly rare or valuable coin. After all, it was minted in large quantities and circulated widely. However, as with all coins, what makes a particular piece stand out to collectors is its condition, rarity, and the possibility of minting errors. And the 2003 Roosevelt dime is no exception. While many dimes from this year were produced in vast numbers, a few key factors elevate this coin into the realm of collectible treasures. The primary feature that makes the 2003 Roosevelt dime appealing to collectors is its potential for mint errors. Mint errors are a common occurrence in the world of coinage, and they play a huge role in determining a coin's value. Errors such as double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, and incorrect mint marks can significantly increase the desirability and value of a coin. For example, a 2003 Roosevelt dime with a double strike, where the coin was struck twice by the press, resulting in a distorted or overlapping image, is much more valuable than a standard, unflawed dime. Another reason the 2003 Roosevelt dime can be so valuable is its condition. As with any coin, the better the condition, the higher the value. A coin in mint state is one that shows no signs of wear and has sharp, clear details. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, whether they were stored carefully or remained in circulation, are highly sought after by collectors. A 2003 Roosevelt dime that has been well preserved could fetch a higher price due to its relatively low circulation and the fact that coins from this year are now starting to show signs of wear. Additionally, the 2003 Roosevelt dime can hold particular significance for those who are interested in certain types of coin collecting. Some collectors are focused on assembling a complete set of Roosevelt dimes from specific years, while others might focus on certain minting varieties or coins with specific features. The 2003 Roosevelt dime is part of the broader collection of coins minted during the early 21st century, and for those looking to complete their sets or to find a coin with specific minting characteristics, this dime is an attractive option. So, just how much is the 2003 Roosevelt dime worth? While most coins from this year are still worth their face value of 10 cents, there are certain specimens that can command far higher prices on the market. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with no signs of wear can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10. But when you factor in rare mint errors, the price can jump significantly. A 2003 Roosevelt dime that is in perfect condition and features a notable error could be worth anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on the specifics of the error. But here's the big reveal. The most valuable 2003 Roosevelt dimes, those in exceptional condition or with particularly rare minting errors, have been known to sell for as much as $32,700. Yes, you read that right. A dime worth only 10 cents when it was first minted could now be worth tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and condition. This staggering value is what makes the world of numismatics so fascinating and exciting. A seemingly ordinary coin, with just the right combination of characteristics, can transform into a small treasure trove of historical significance and monetary value. If you're wondering how you can find one of these rare dimes, the answer lies in carefully searching through your own collection of change or by visiting coin shops, auctions, and online marketplaces. While it's unlikely that you'll come across a 2003 Roosevelt dime worth tens of thousands of dollars in your pocket change, it's certainly worth checking the coins you already own. The key is to know what to look for and to be patient as you search for that perfect specimen with a rare minting error or exceptional condition. In conclusion, the 2003 Roosevelt dime is more than just a small piece of currency. It's a reminder of the history and values that have shaped the United States over the years. Designed to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the coin continues to be a symbol of American leadership, strength, and perseverance. While it may seem like an ordinary dime at first, it holds a wealth of potential for collectors, especially those who are willing to take the time to examine it closely for rare minting errors or pristine examples. And now, for the big reveal. The 2003 Roosevelt dime can be worth up to $32,700, depending on its condition and rarity. So, the next time you find yourself with a 2003 Roosevelt dime, take a moment to appreciate its history and value. Who knows, you might just be holding a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined.